Hey everybody, happy Labor Day. So I didn't tinker around with this thing too much, but what I've done so far, it's kind of just how you guys remember it. I replaced the bottom fuel line because it was pretty rotten. You can see the new green fuel line right there that goes into the tank. Top one looks okay. I'm not seeing any cracks. Seems to leak a tiny bit right on this plastic collar. I'm not super worried about that though. We verified it ran good. Runs really good actually. I was playing with it yesterday. I did put the bar on it yesterday and gave it a whirl on some chunks of wood I had. Seems to be okay. Runs great, revs up nice and good. Issue is just idling. So I got to work on removing this carb, and looks to be these two screws, and then inside here I think is the diaphragm. Regardless, it's probably just a little bit of a clogged jet, and or maybe my fuel air mixture right there is off, so I can tinker with that a little bit. From what I can find, this is from 1977, right around that era. It's 32 cc's, and they made a 32cc one and a 38. This is the smaller of the two, but it works wonders. Has lots of power, that's for sure. So I splurged on it a little bit. A lot of nice comments. Some people said, you know, if you plan on doing a lot of wood sawing, that one is not going to be enough. But like I explained kind of in the beginning, the reason for this saw is just in case. Like last year when we went deer hunting, all those down trees and stuff, or if I ever want to go up there on my own and maybe cut, or duck hunting, cutting some firewood, this would be a perfect, nice, lightweight saw for an easy cut. Now if I planned on doing some heavy wood cutting, I'd probably invest in something else, but so far I've invested, I'm going to say $30 into it, and I'll show you what I got here. So on the old bar, it's a little bit of a different shape, but I'm hoping that it'll be okay. This is the old bar. It's a 14-inch. I believe the original for this was about a 10-inch. But the bottom of it is kind of rolled over here on the edge. Kind of see the burr. So the bottom of it has seen better days, and I could probably put this in a vise and just kind of squish it. This isn't seized up or anything like that. So in the first video I said my grandpa he's not really this kind of guy where he's out chopping wood all the time. I'm imagining he used this here and there at the cabin. Probably bought it brand new because they've had the cabin for 40, they're selling it this year, but I think they've had it for 40 something years. So he probably bought this right around the time they bought the cabin. So it's only been used a few times up there, and my grandpa's not exactly the most mechanically inclined, so if there was something wrong, like it wouldn't start, he would have just brought it in, because he brings in his lawnmowers every year to get them all serviced and stuff. But I'm sure this just sat under the workbench for as long as I can remember it sat there. So I invested in a new bar, and I believe it'll work. This one here I just got at Home Depot. It's another 14-inch bar. I figured from using it yesterday, it seemed to be fine, as long as you're not really hogging on it. I thought a 10-inch bar would be nice, but I'll get the 14-inch. I almost got a 16, but I said, no, I'm going to get the 14. And this will be really good for just general cutting of small pieces of wood, limbing branches, or maybe try to get a big tree out of the way if I had to. 5/32 file size, which is the same as what this one runs, I believe, because right here it's a 14-inch bar and it requires a 3/8-inch blade, but the 3/8-inch blades need a 5/32 file. So I'm imagining that's right. Here's the chain that was on it. He only had one chain, so I think he just kind of used it. You can see it there. There's the tooth life. I'm hoping to reuse this chain on this next one, so I can have two chains. But I did my best to line them up. The tip is a little different, but I don't think that's going to be an issue. I line them up, and hole to hole, you can see my hand through there. So I think it'll work. This top hole does it go all the way through? Top hole doesn't go all the way through, so that's the only concern I have. Otherwise, the slot seems the same, and then the chain itself, I laid it on there just to see if it would work. And there to there. Obviously, there's a little slack in it because I only have one hand, but you get the idea. I think it'll work fine. There's only one way to find out, right? So we got that, and then I did also buy just the file, 5/32. I figure as long as both blades work, as long as this works, right? I'll have two chains, and that should be more than enough for me. I'm not going to be building a log cabin anytime soon, so I don't need to worry about that. But honestly, though, this is like perfect for me. Everybody that has had one of these or used one of these say that they're a really simple chainsaw. They're actually one of the easiest to work on, and I believe that because it looks extremely simple. You know, you got the carb right on top and everything like that. Still need to find a new foam air filter, but I have to clean this thing up quite a bit. And like I said, I put the bar on it yesterday. The clutch engages just fine. Everything works good. So then I thought, okay, it runs fine. It doesn't idle the greatest, but you can still use it. So I thought, okay, I'll go ahead and spend. This here was, I want to say like $16. It wasn't very expensive at all, maybe $20. And then the files were actually $6, but I can use these for a long time. So I like it. Came with the case, easy to throw on the bed of the truck, and I can use it for duck hunting and deer hunting. And if I go out there and I want to clear a little brush for a deer stand or anything, it's a nice, easy, light thing. It says that this thing weighs about 8 pounds online, so extremely light chainsaw, works good for bushwhacking. Oh yeah, and I also got some bar and chain oil. This is just whatever their house brand is, and that'll work good. But I do have to go through and make sure that the oiler works okay. I did put some oil in it, and it's a pressure-driven system. So yeah, that's how it is. But yeah, everybody commented awesome, and yeah, these are actually really desirable. I heard that collectors like to buy these ones. So I heard of one person that sold one of these for like $80. I'm going to keep it though. I have no reason to sell it. I want it just for what it is. I don't know why it has a McCulloch case, but I thought that McCulloch and Poulan are merged together now, but I might be wrong. But I did have a McCulloch Eager Beaver chainsaw that I bought a long time ago. It had a weird recoil where you would pull it out and it would spring load itself, and then it would kick it over on its own, and that failed on it, and then it ran like, it got all gunked up and ran like garbage, like pretty much right away. So some people said, yeah, McCulloch, or you know, McCulloch or Poulan or whatever you want to say is garbage, but this is a different generation, right? This is a 77, so things are just built a little bit different. I've had good luck with all the old stuff that I've ever had, and got fired up. So it runs sweet, revs high, obviously not over rev, but it has all the power still there. I just have to do some cleanup work to it and get that bar on there. So tonight I plan on doing a live stream later on and getting this puppy ripping. So yeah, stay tuned for that. I normally start my live streams between 9 and 10, and they go for normally an hour or whatever, so I'll make sure my phone's all charged up and we'll get working on it. I want to take this carb off and try to find the jet and clean that out, but overall she's good. I'm imagining that the oil in the case, because they said that these things were known for leaking oil. I'm imagining that's all bar oil that has leaked out over time. And we'll get that all cleaned up eventually too, but yeah, so that is it, guys. This is a pretty sweet deal. I'm actually really happy with it. Perfect trail saw. They say that these are like identical to what a arborist would use to limb trees up high, and they're just lightweight and easy to handle. And yeah, for free, that's pretty good. I probably could have salvaged this bar, but I thought, well, I was looking at how it was rubbing on these teeth, and these teeth were way in there deep, and I thought, well, before I get anything crazy, I'm gonna upgrade the bar on it. I'll keep this one as a backup. I'll try to clean up the burr on the edge and squish it in the vise. I remember my dad doing that at some point in time. My dad's done a lot of chainsawing, and I've seen him rip through a lot of those bars. They do get worn out eventually, and so, all right, that's it for right now, guys. So thanks for viewing this video. I'll see you guys tonight on the live stream, and happy Labor Day.